So now that I've got you operating out of the wise part of your mind, you might be asking yourself, well, how else can I get the most from this course? How else can I benefit and where can I gain more insights? Well, I just want to point you in a couple of directions here. First things first, I'm going to ask you and invite you to join our Practice Makes Permanent Facebook group. This is a fantastic online community of, I think, around about 25 or 26,000 people right now who are actually in the same or a very similar situation as yourself. They've perhaps enrolled on this course or one of our other ecology certified training courses. And this is where people from all around the world, from all different backgrounds, all different levels and depths of experience, some who are just new beginners studying the cognitive psychologies, to those who've been practicing for 20 or 30 years, who just take a course like this for a simple refresher. And they're all conversing and interacting with each other in one place. We're going to invite you to join the community because any questions that you have about any of the ideas that are discussed throughout this course, simply share your questions with the group. The community love it. All right. So if you have any really complex, any really challenging questions, all right, about how to apply any of these ideas that are shared throughout the course to yourself, or in the context of a helping, coaching, therapeutic relationship, ask away, all right, and benefit from the wealth of wisdom of our Practice Makes Permanent community group. Download resources and workbooks. Now, I've already presented you with two so far. The Wise Mind Model workbook in the last clip, and there was the course journal, stroke the learning log. So every single one of the slides that you'll see behind the screen here, you'll find in the course journal, just to jog your memory in case you want to take any notes. Now, what most people do is they go old school and they print it off, all right, to jot down any ideas, any aha moments, any realizations or any thoughts that you want to ponder over or consider at some later stage, because the insights I'm hoping are going to be coming quite hard and fast, especially as we progress through the latter sections of the course. Practice, practice, practice. There aren't really too many ideas or processes that I'll present you with throughout the course that you're not going to be able to build into your own life right away. In fact, I'm going to very much urge you to do so, because it's not in taking courses like this or reading books that gets us competent in life. It's only when we practice that we're learning that we tend to gain deeper insights and ultimately grow in competence. As a cognitive behavioural therapist, people don't care how much you know until they know what it is that you're actually able to help them through, which is going to be spawned from your competence, not from your intellect or your smarts. And this course is the Ecology Certified CBT Practitioner course, which means that upon completion of this training, you'll be able to access your ecology certificate, and you'll also be able to apply to join Ecology as a professional member if you so choose to. If you do fancy becoming a cognitive behavioural therapist or a coach or a professional helper in some form moving forward in the future. But we'll present you with lots more information towards the end of the training on how you can go about doing that. But for here, let's just look at what CBT is. Because once we know what CBT is, you're going to hopefully then understand the framework that I'm going to be operating out of throughout the rest of the course to help you best manage your expectations. Now, I've actually taken this, I've copied and pasted it from the Beck Institute. The Beck Institute, born from Mr. Aaron Beck, who is one of the founding fathers of cognitive behavioural therapy as a life science. Cognitive behavioural therapy, CBT, is an action-orientated form of psychotherapy that assumes that unproductive or unhelpful thinking patterns cause unproductive behaviour and undesired negative emotions. Right, this is the idea. From experience over the last decade of working with people, I've found cognitive behavioural therapy to be very, very close in many ways to effective coaching. All right, this is where we're not here to heal people, we're not here to transform people. Our role as cognitive behavioural therapists is just simply to lead our clients, or those people that we work with, into greater depths of insight into that which is true for them. All right, have you ever found yourself spiraling out of control emotionally as you get trapped or stuck inside of your mind, thinking about worst case scenarios or expecting the worst or focusing on some sort of event you've had in the past? And what happens? Well, what we focus on in life, we tend to feel. So what we think about the most tends to have an emotional consequence. And this is one of the core ideas that CBT is kind of built around. And as I mentioned in that last video, this is where the cause and effect principle kind of comes into play. So, what I want to urge you to think about here in this video is what sort of level of impact you want to make as a human being, right? So you're taking this course. Now, this might be your first experience of cognitive behavioral therapy. It might be the case you have been practicing for quite a number of years. It might be the case you've actually got a practice open and you're already working with clients. So here's the thing. What I like to do in online training courses like this is just get you thinking what your reason is for taking this course right now, because I'm going to suggest there will be one of three. Reason number one will be for your own personal impact, your own personal growth, and your own transformation, which is fantastic. And if I'm going to be honest with you, that was pretty much the same reason why I got into studying CBT and counselling and coaching all of those years ago. Now, simply for the purpose of impacting my quality of life back then. And it might be the case that this is where you're at right now, and if so, this is perfectly amicable and totally okay. We all need a starting point, don't we? Or it might be the case that your goal is to, change what you're currently doing for a living, change your career. It might be the case that you're seriously thinking about becoming some sort of helping practitioner, helping professional, an ecologist even, or a CBT practitioner moving forward. And your goal is to impact and influence other people. You might want to set up a CBT-based practice at some point in the future, which is kind of like a very different level of impact. There's one thing wanting to be impacted within ourselves, but then it's something else having a goal to want to impact and make positive changes in the lives of other people. But then there's a deeper level of impact still, and you can think about this because many of the principles and the ideas that I share through the training course, yes, granted you'll be able to apply them to yourself, and yes, granted you'll be able to share them with other people on a one-on-one level and make a positive change, really facilitate impact. But many of the ideas that you'll be presented with, you'll find really should be getting taught and trained in our schools, not just here in the UK, but throughout the world, all right? CBT is like a core and a grounded set of basic life skills. This stuff should be getting taught in schools. Our children should be getting trained in this. All of our teenagers and students should be getting taught this stuff. This is basic life skills before academic information, how to speak French or German. All right, this is about how to live life in the most effective way, operating and functioning from a place of stability and wholeness, rather than instability and brokenness, which is where many people operate from today. So this is just the idea, all right? In your course journal, just take a few minutes and note down or jot down what your vision is, what your goal is for actually taking this course. Because believe it or not, what your goal is and the reason why you're taking this course will determine how much you get out of it. So what's the best case scenario for you? Do you want to transform your own life or have your own life impacted, transformed, in which case all you've got to do is apply all of the ideas to yourself. It's then and only then, once you have applied those ideas to yourself, that you're going to be able to then more effectively impact and influence other people. Once you're doing this effectively, you will be able to eventually go on to facilitate cultural change and make a national, social, cultural impact in your own home, town, city, nation, or corner of the world. Is entirely up to you. Many people see the best case scenario for them when taking a course like this is setting up like a CBT based practice and working with clients in exchange for an hourly rate. But what I always encourage people to do is consider different business models, right? Such as social enterprises or social initiatives. Social enterprises are kind of like profit-making organizations with charitable purposes that perhaps might work with a certain group of people in society. I know when I first started out, I worked with many ex-service personnel the cognitive behavioral therapy processes really brought about massive change for those guys. So I wasn't just working with individuals, I was working with groups of people. So I just wanted to share these ideas with you at this stage of the course, right? Just to help you get clear on the reason why you're taking this course, as I've mentioned, because the reason why you're taking this training will impact and determine how much you get from it.